If you are a KSM holder, right? So the first thing you will need to do is to cross-chain transfer your KSM to Karura. And this is where the XCM is very magical, that it kind of trustlessly brings the KSM onto the Karura chain without wrapping. There's no wrap token. So this is direct transfer. And it's very straightforward. Basically, you select, it comes from Kusama, and then it goes to Karura. And then if you use the same account that you have on Kusama, it will tell you how much balance you have on Kusama. And then you just need to select an account to receive the coins. And then here, people will ask, can you select the same account? And the answer is yes. Basically, you can use the same account on both Kusama and Karura. Their address may appear, slightly differently, just the display format, but underlying, they share the same key pair, the private key. So you can use the same account on both. And then you just put in an amount. The only caveat here is right now, we're still working with, exchanges to have direct support to send KSM to Karura. So before we've, done that, so the advice here is, don't directly send exchanges, coins from exchange, KSM coins to Karura directly, right? But once you've done that, then it takes a few seconds for the KSM to arrive. As soon as you've got your KSM, I've got some here, so let's put in 2. Let's put in 1. So you can see, if so I'm just like going to the liquid staking page here. A few information here is useful. The cap, right now, the maximum cap is like 1% of the supply. And then it's likely to stay that way until we have the withdrawal functionality rolled out. So there's still some room there for everyone to participate. And then there is APR. So this is an indicative APR. So that's currently the average APR for Kusama. And then with the data that we have so far, we have about 2 weeks of data in reward. So I think we will be able to calculate some real APRs very soon. I think that's roughly 16 to 17% in that range. So yeah. And my stats, this is basically showing how many LKSM I have and how much KSM it kind of translate to. And this number, it should include your KSM that's been staked plus the reward that you get. So if I put in 1 KSM, you will see I'm actually getting 9.79 LKSM in return, right? And then if I want to stake, if I want to participate in the first category, and I'll just go stake LKSM for reward, and this actually puts the LKSM deposited into the KUSD stablecoin, but it doesn't actually mint anything. So there's no fees involved. There's no other caveats. You can withdraw it at any time you want, right? But basically, the purpose of that is it can be locked in one place so that we can calculate how much reward we can distribute to you. And also it's convenient. If you do want to borrow, you can use the LKSM, the staked KSM to borrow. It doesn't affect your rewards at all, right? So so simply you just like click the stake button, and then it will just go through. And then so this is for people who want to directly participate in staking of LKSM. However, if you do want to participate in the pools, then you don't need to stake your LKSM. You basically just mint your LKSM, and then go into the Earn tab. This is like if you want to actually provide liquidity into the LKSM and KSM pool. So right now that's the reward that you're gonna get, and then all you need to do is like provide LKSM into it, right? And then of course, in order to provide liquidity into the LP pools, you do need to become a liquidity provider, and this is basically sort of more advanced, right? The second category is you do need to put in KSM and also LKSM as liquidity into the pool. And then if you do that, then it kind of like, if I just put 1 here, then it kind of like give you an LP token represents the shares that you have in the pool. And then with the LP token, then you could actually then participate, like stake them and then participate in the second reward pool, right? So these are the two ways that you can participate. And then in terms of the royalty program, so that's very interesting. So I see some people asking regarding the KR tokens that we distributed. So this is a reverse way that we kind of put some lockups in there, but in a more freedom way, right? You can choose to withdraw at any point in time, but you're going to lose your loyalty. If you are loyal, which means you're going to stake through the program, which is 4 months, then you're going to receive, the 70% of the bonus. If you do withdraw earlier, then you're going to lose those bonuses. So it's kind of like you give people freedom to choose what they want to do, but at the same time, it kind of discourages early withdrawals, right? But of course, some people do need some early liquidity for whatever reason. But then what they foregoing the bonuses goes back to the pool, and then everybody else who stays there for longer actually going to share the bonuses, right? So we also have some wiki page to explain some math around it. So if you stay to the end, if there are, say, 5% of the people forego their loyalty bonuses, you're going to be able to share more than you normally would just get from the returns, right? So that's kind of like how we design the program. And yeah, hopefully that's kind of fun and also free and also cool. Yeah, so that's that. And I will just return back just to summarize, right? There's 2 programs that are currently going. One is the LKSM staking. The 2 things you need to do, one is transfer KSM to Karura, and then basically just one click mint and stake your LKSM. There are some folks who's already used LKSM to mint KUSD. So can you actually get reward? The answer is yes. So you just need to go to the earn page and then activate the rewards.